And we are now staying in the Satara Rest Camp for a couple of days. It was tremendously hot when we arrived there in late August 2024, but the weather changed suddenly. And the maps that you're seeing are courtesy of Organic Maps, which is a map system that you can download offline and use in the Kruger National Park, as in general, mobile phone reception is pretty poor. Currently, Organic Maps is available on iOS and Android and is less intrusive than maps.me and certainly much more user-friendly than the maps supplied by the Kruger National Park at reception. And as you can see, these are the maps that's given to you at reception. And Satara is laid out in giant circles with the bungalows, kitchen facing each other. I found it a little bit confusing in the beginning just driving around there. But once at your chalet, and especially at night, you're looking across this open space into the lights of the other person's kitchens in the distance. It creates for this lovely ambience and this companionship, seeing people across the field, but also a large degree of privacy. You can't hear each other, and we just found it fantastic. And this is the main entrance of the Satara Rest Camp in the Kruger National Park. And there's some fun activities that the kids are having there. And here's some food. That's the main entrance, and there's some more food being delivered. This is the main parking area and the reception area of the Satara Rest Camp. And while we're having a look at the parking area and walking towards reception, we'll quickly just have a chat about the history of Satara. And Satara is actually, well, they think, it's not really known. It's thought that an old Indian surveyor, a Hindi Indian surveyor, was actually responsible for naming Satara, simply because back in the 1800s there was an old Transvaal Republic and he was surveying the area, and this area was actually marked as area number 17 on his map, and 17 in Hindi is actually written down as satrah, and they suspect that this is where Satara's original name came from. And after having checked in at reception, we thought we're going to have a walk around at the restaurants and the shop and simply have something to eat or just to have a look around what is available in that specific area. And yes, this is the area outside the Cattle Baron restaurant. And it was, as I mentioned, the weather suddenly changed. And this is the restaurant's front view towards the perimeter. It was pretty windy and there wasn't many people sitting outside. So we decided to walk indoors and have a bit of a look at the restaurant. And the cattle baron also has a shop available to buy yourself some steak and meat. And we did this, and I must tell you, it was fantastic. But yes, let's have a bit of a look at the restaurant itself. And they also have a takeaway there as well. And it was certainly one of the better restaurants in the Kruger National Park. And whilst we're driving to our bungalow, let's have a look at how the camp is looking, and let's have a chat about Satara Camp. The rest camp in the Kruger National Park, I must say that as you can see, it's pretty flat. So it has 152 bungalows, of which 6 is actually designated for use by guests with mobility impairment. So we actually didn't see anybody in a wheelchair during our nearly month stay there. But apparently there are a couple of the bungalows that has got full disability access. So there's apparently 6. And although we didn't see them, there are 2 in A circle, there are 2 in B circle, there are 2 in C circle. And the C circle disability bungalows or disability access bungalows, they are number C67, and the other one is AF. Apparently the AF stands for Albert Froneman, the person that was the inspiration for the conversions of these units. And these units have 2 single beds, an air conditioner, fridge, sink, hot plate, basin, a roll-in shower, and a toilet with grab rails. Satara Rest Camp is also equipped with as I said, a cattle baron restaurant, a takeaway service, and of course the cattle baron has their own little butchery there. And I must say the steak that we got there was of the highest quality. There's also a shop that's pretty well equipped, a petrol pump station, car wash, swimming pool, a day visitor area, and an outdoor film viewing area. And we're just about getting to see the outdoor film area now. There you are. That's the outdoor film viewing area. And I must say, I can just imagine myself sitting there at night, watching a movie and watching the stars. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see anything whilst we were staying there. But certainly next time we're going to be waiting until we can actually watch a movie on the big screen under the stars. And we just about were at our bungalow when we saw this strange looking pole with signage on and something plastic hanging on there. And we thought, well, let's have a bit of a look at that. What is that now? So those strange looking poles in plastic is actually a early detection system for a polyphagous short hole borer. Now, these things can actually kill the trees. And how does it work? It's a 2 millimeter beetle that actually tunnels into the tree. The tunnels then gets lined with fungus, which grows to provide a food source for the beetle and its larva. The beetle actually doesn't kill the tree, doesn't eat the tree, but the tunneling kills the vascular tissue of a tree, causing the branch to die, and in many cases, it actually causes tree death as well. It is actually thus recommended that if you want to do a fire in the Kruger National Park, if you want to have a braai or something like that, you just purchase your wood in the Kruger National Park because I suspect it's safer. You don't always know what bugs you might find crawling around in the wood, and if you bring any of these bugs into the Kruger National Park, it's certainly going to be a disaster. And we nearly at our bungalow, and you can see that there's somebody walking briskly as well there. Unfortunately, we did not have a very pleasant surprise when we arrived there, and we had a toilet problem. And whilst we were sitting there waiting for them to actually sort this out, the wife and I decided to sit outside and just look at the sunset and see what's going on. And as you can see, the wife wasn't too happy, and neither was I. So I decided to take some pictures of the opposite side of the circles and just look at the people there on the other side and have a look at what they're doing. And I must say that after a couple of minutes, we were all relaxed and just eventually opened a bottle of wine and just sat back and enjoyed the evening sounds. And you can see the lights appearing on the opposite side of the circle. It was just lovely.